Hello everyone and welcome back to my B&B Everyday YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. At the Forrester manse, Steffy assures her family her plan will work. Ridge asks if she induced the CEO. Steffy says Hope and Brooke will be in handicap, but she's not concerned. Eric thinks it's an uphill battle. Steffy knows they're not naive and are trying to figure out her motive. She has to believe she's induced them. We cannot go down like this. Forrester Creations is ours and I intend to get it back. At Forrester, Brooke, Hope and Carter bandy whether or not to bring Steffy back. Hope complains about the effects she did before she left. How can we trust her? Carter reminds them he asked Steffy and Ridge to stay on. She's reevaluated, so how can he say no? Brooke says he's right. They can't really help her from coming back. Hope thinks Carter can. He's the director of the LLC. Steffy has the implicit to ail his plans. At the sanitarium, Lee takes a piece of Tom Starr's liver and puts it in a petri dish. She examines it under a microscope and muses, "Tom Starr, are you Luna's father?" At Bill's place, Luna runners through great prospects and also puts it down, so predictable. She no sooner lays on the lounge for a nap than Bill rushes by and tells her Will's at the gate. He can't see you. He implores her to move it, so she hightails it out of the living room and hides. Will comes by and Bill greets him madly. Will asks if he always hangs out in the foyer. It's weird. Luna smiles as he asks, "Is everything all right with you, Da?" Bill invites his son to sit down and asks, "To what do I owe the pleasure?" Will says Liam mentioned that he's been working from home a lot. It's not like him to be down from his office. He notices the books on the coffee table and suggests he's processing a that's happened in the last couple of months. Bill teases that he sounds like his mama and insists he's forfeiture. Will asks, "Okay, but what about Luna?" Bill tells his son he doesn't have to bring her up. Will knows it affected him. He was poised about having a son. He's glad that wasn't the case. Can you imagine having to handle all that right now? Bill tells Will he doesn't need to bring her up. "I don't ever need to suppose about Luna again." At the sanitarium, Lee calls down to the lab about her maternity test and also picks up a vial of blood and holds it in her hand. Latterly, she returns to the office with a box labeled as a DNA test tackle and puts on her gloves. Taking a tar from the liver and the blood sample, Lee runs the DNA test. At Forrester, Carter, Brooke, and Hope continue to debate if Steffy can be trusted. Brooke's not sure, but she thinks they should give her a chance to prove herself. Perhaps she'll move the others to return as well. Hope knows she means Ridge and questions her mama. Brooke insists they need to give Steffy a chance and prayers to Carter. He picks up his phone and calls Steffy to tell her they'd like her to come to Forrester. At the manse, Steffy disconnects from Carter and tells Ridge and Eric, "They want to see me." She's sure if their answer was no, they wouldn't ask to see her. Eric warns her to be cautious, he's nervous what these serpents might have up their sleeve. Steffy reassures him. She refuses to let them take his company from him. They've forgotten how important the Stephanie Forrester genes are. "They're in my DNA." Ridge and Eric beam as she walks out. Ridge admits it bothers him not knowing what she's up to, but he trusts her. She's a force of nature and ever he helped raise her. Eric says she's going to do it. Ridge, however, it's Steffy Forrester. "If anybody can save our company." At Forrester, Carter tells Brooke and Hope that Steffy should be there soon. He wants to know what Hope is allowing. She doesn't suppose it's the stylish decision for the company he envisaged, but the decision rests with him. "And I trust you." Ultimately, Steffy arrives and Carter thanks her for coming back. She thanks him for considering her offer and assumes he's made a decision. Carter says, "We have." He knows she doesn't believe his motives for taking over weren't pure, but they were. He hurt her, and he struggles with that, but he wants her to suppose about how she treated Hope and the Logans in the history. She fired her and embarrassed her. He can only imagine how she feels about him, but then she's wanting to return to Forrester. Steffy nods as chairman. She acknowledges it's been a delicate situation. She doesn't like it, but she's realistic. The company is too important to simply walk down. Steffy understands who has the power and control, and there's nothing she can do about it. She can bring a lot to the company and doesn't need to be liked. She'll do what needs to be done. You know that's true. So Carter, is it a yeah or a no? Do we've a deal? Carter walks over and says, drink back, Steffy. They shake hands and he warns her not to make him lament this. She wa'n't. This feels right for me. For Forrester. She'll help make Forrester everything it's meant to be. Steffy will succeed and nothing will stop her. At Bill's place, Will persists with his line of questioning about Luna. Bill tells him he's moved past it and is looking toward the future. Will admits that when Liam told him he was spending time down from the office, he allowed. There was going to be a new woman in his life. At the sanitarium, Lee flashes back to Luna confessing to her. The timekeeper goes off and she murmurs, the moment of verity. She checks the DNA test and her expression falls. Steffy may pull off a palm when it comes to this whole Daphne plot, but there could be a steep price to pay. What happens if Steffy's plan works and Daphne helps put Forrester Creations back in the Forresters' hands? Daphne may blow up Carter's current love and exclude Hope hold on him. Steffy's counting on pushing out the Logan influence and restoring Forrester power. Still, Hope's bound to go after vengeance if Steffy's scheme works out like she wants. This could fluently lead to Hope reconsidering her old solicitations for Finn and making a new oath involving Steffy's hubby. Will Hope decide to pursue Finn again with Steffy revenge in mind? Hope's last attempt to betray Finn obviously ended in disaster, but she could go about it else this time around. Rather of throwing herself at Finn and planting a crapulous kiss, Hope could try to sluggishly make Commodity meaningful and steal him down from Steffy. Maybe Hope could reel Finn in under the right circumstances. Since we know Finn and Steffy have some obstacles ahead, Hope could take advantage of any brewing fermentation in their marriage. Some issues related to Luna may be on the horizon along with other challenges. Hope might make it her charge to exploit Steffy and Finn's relationship conflict down the road. Perhaps Hope will come determined to win Finn's heart and hit Steffy where it hurts after all the Daphne drama plays out. Steffy's rearmost move could shoot Hope indeed deeper into her bad girl period and add to problems on the horizon with Finn. Hope may play dirty right back and surprise Steffy with just how low she sinks. Hope and Steffy's contest twisting out of control, so stay tuned for updates on any Finn news since he might get caught in the middle. Steffy could push Hope over the edge and deal with some counter-reaction.